Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, we will look at the prepositions in, on, at, but with time. If you want to look at my other video using in, on, at with places, then I will put a link below. Now using in, on, at is not always clear. So there are some basic rules, but it's also better if you remember the phrases that go with the prepositions. So I will go through those with you today. And at the end of the video, I will explain some maybe points that some students find confusing. So watch until then. But basically, in is used more generally and with longer periods of time. On is also used generally, but with periods of time that are not as long. And at is used with more specific or shorter periods of time. So let's look at in first. And this is used with periods of time, often longer periods of time. And we can use it with centuries. So in the 20th century, in the 6th century, in the 800s, you can say hundreds as well. I was born in the 20th century. It was made in the 8th century. We can use it with decades too. So in the 1980s, or in the 80s we can say, when you understand which century it is. He moved overseas in the 1990s. Music was really cool in the 80s. I think so. What do you think? It can be used with years, so in 1249, in 1683, in 2190. I was born in 1985. Not really. I wish though. Or she will go to school in 2026. You can use it with seasons, so in spring, in summer, in winter, in autumn, in fall. Or you can say in the spring. When you use the, it refers to a specific spring. So maybe spring this year, for example. She likes to go hiking in spring. We'll go to Europe in the summer. So maybe summer this year, in the summer. It can be used with months. So in July, in February, in October, in December. My friend's birthday is in August. He started university in January. And with parts of the day, so in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. She went shopping in the morning. I'll work in the afternoon. In can be used in a holiday period when we say the holiday. So it's used instead of during. So in the Christmas holidays, in the summer holidays. He went camping in the summer holidays. I catch up with my family in the Christmas holidays. It can be used with longer or general time periods. So in my youth, in my childhood, in my old age, in years. So I haven't been there in years. Or in the past, in the future, in the last 2 weeks, in the last few days, in the next few weeks. In the last few years, in the next few days. I played a lot of sport in my childhood. In the future, they want to go to Norway. She's been studying hard in the last week. So note here that in is optional. She's been studying hard the last week is okay too. In can be used with future time periods too. In a few minutes, in 2 weeks, in a day. We'll meet you in a couple of minutes. He'll go in a day or so. And there are some particular expressions, so in time or just in time. I was just in time to see the start of the movie. They were in time to see the sunset. Now let's look at the uses of on. It can be used with dates, so on September 25th, on January 1st, etc. His birthday is on February 2nd. The party will be on October 15th. It can be used with days of the week. So on Thursday, or on Thursdays when we're talking generally. Often with days of the week, on can also be omitted. So I don't go to work on Tuesdays. So we can omit on. I don't go to work Tuesdays is okay as well. On Saturday, we'll go to the beach. And again, Saturday, we'll go to the beach is okay too. It can be used with specific days or holidays, like on my birthday, on New Year's Day, on Christmas Day, on New Year's Eve, on Valentine's Day, on their anniversary, on their wedding day, etc. She went out for dinner on her birthday. They went to a nice restaurant on Valentine's Day. It's used with groups of days, so on the weekend, usually in North American English, on the weekend, on weekends, on weekdays, and like days, we can also omit on in these situations. He works on weekdays, or he works weekdays. She'll go to the gym on the weekend. Now we need on in this situation. Usually on the weekend, we need on. If you said this weekend or next weekend, we don't need on. She'll go to the gym next weekend. We use on with parts of the day when the day is stated. For example, on Wednesday morning. Usually it's in the morning, but on Wednesday morning. Or on Wednesday night, on Wednesday evening. I went to bed late on Monday night. He always goes shopping on Saturday mornings. We use on when we talk about breaks. So on a lunch break, on a tea break, or just on a break. What did you do on your lunch break? I'm going on my break now. We can use it with vacation or holiday. So on a vacation, on a holiday. Where did you go on your vacation? How about you? Where did you go on your vacation? I'm going on holiday next week. And there are some specific expressions with on. So on time or right on time. They were on time to see the parade. I thought she would be late, but she was right on time. So she made it at that time. Moving on to at. So at we can use with specific times. So at 4:45, at 3:15, at 2:30. I want to watch TV at 8:30. We start work at 9. We can use at for holiday or festival periods instead of during. So we can say at Christmas, at Easter, at the weekend, at Tet. Tet, Tet. To all my Vietnamese friends, I'm sorry for my pronunciation. At Diwali, at New Year's. There's a concert at the weekend. So also on the weekend. On the weekend is more North American English. At the weekend, British English. She'll be there at Christmas. We can use at with parts of the day, usually specific parts of the day. So at night, at midday, at noon, at midnight, at dawn, at dusk, at sunrise, at sunset. We had fish and chips on the beach at sunset. He woke up at midday, a little bit late. What time do you usually wake up? We use at with specific points of time that mention time. So for example, at lunch or at lunch time. So the idea is time. At breakfast time, at dinner time, at morning tea time, at meal times, at bedtime. She likes to hear a story at bedtime. Did you like to hear stories at bedtime when you were a child? Or maybe still now? They often watch TV at dinner time. At can be used to talk about the age somebody did something. So maybe at 23, at the age of 77. He got married at 27. She won the championship at the age of 9. And there are some specific expressions that use at. So at the moment, at present, at this time, at the end or at the end of, at the beginning of, or at the start of, and at the same time. I'm not busy at the moment. Please give me your paper at the end of the exam. We got home at the same time. So that was how we use in, on, at. Now to review, generally speaking, in is for longer periods of time, on is for days of the week, dates, and at is for specific times or time periods. Now let's look at some points that might be confusing for you. So I work in the morning, I work on Mondays, or I work on weekdays. I start work at 8. With holiday periods or holiday days, so we can say at Christmas or at Christmas time or on Christmas Day. I stayed home at Christmas. We opened presents on Christmas Day. So the period of time during Christmas, it might be several days. I stayed home at Christmas. Then on Christmas Day, we opened presents. So on that day, one specific day. As I talked about before, you can use at or on the weekend. So at the weekend, British English. On the weekend, usually North American English. So she worked on the weekend is okay. She worked at the weekend is okay. And just remember, for the periods of time during the day, we say in the evening, but at night. So usually we say in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, but we do say at night. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you stayed until the end, and I really hope you learnt something and you understand how to use in, on, and at with periods of time. I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.